Hello all, this is Jenna Crow with an unboxing video. Today we'll be showing off the Lost Galaxy Yellow Ranger from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection and the S.P.D. Yellow Ranger. Now these two are not part of a retail wave. They were released together, hence why I have them together. Officially they're GameStop exclusives, but other online stores like Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, and so on, they are selling these as well. So these are really fan channel releases, regardless of how they're officially marketed as. But anyway, it's nice to have them because Lost Galaxy Yellow, she completes the team because Lost Galaxy Pink has just come out. Spoiler alert for next week's haul video. And S.P.D. Yellow completes her team as well, the S.P.D. team. Minus Cat and Nova, but they're extra, they don't really count. So let's go ahead and take a look at these boxes. We'll do them in season order. So I'm going to put Z to the side for a moment and we're going to take a look at Maya. First we'll show off the box here. The front, I do like the artwork here with the render of the Yellow Ranger. On the side, this really cool piece of artwork here. Although it's showing off the short version of the Quasar Saber, like she's using it as a weapon, which the Galaxy Rangers never did that. If they pulled out their Quasar Sabers from their sheaths, they immediately extended. So, which that's gonna tie into something I'm gonna rant about in just a second. But here we go. As you can see, according to the back of the box here, this is should come with one set of alternate hands. Looks like a holding hand and a karate chop hand. Should come with her helmet. Comes with the Quasar launcher, which I'm a little annoyed by that because it should have been the Quasar Saber. We do have the holster version of the Quasar Saber, and we have an effects part, which this apparently is supposed to be like two colors. Little rant about that. I talked about this in the haul video a couple days ago. Really annoyed that this did not come with the Quasar Saber. The Lost Galaxy Rangers, more than any other team except for maybe Samurai, they are known for their swords. You know, that's the source of their powers. They're primarily sword fighters. They use them all the time. They pose with them all the time. It's like, without their swords, a Lost Galaxy Ranger just feels naked. Like, really, the Samurai Rangers are pretty much the only other team that even more so are identified by their swords. So to have her come with a secondary weapon that was only used in the show a couple of times instead of her signature Quasar Saber, which, other than the little animal print in the middle of the saber, would have been a reused mold anyway. I don't get why they did this. I pretty much 99.9% of Lost Galaxy fans, if it came to a choice, would have rather had Maya come with the Quasar Saber instead of the Quasar launcher. And the only thing I can think of that would make sense is they purposely did this because they know that they can re-release this figure later down the line with the Quasar Saber, and suckers like me will go ahead and buy it because I want my Yellow Ranger to have the Quasar Saber, just like I have all my other Lost Galaxy Rangers have their Quasar Sabers. Anywho, let's go ahead and open her up, and just to make sure that everything is in order, the figure is fine, and has all their accessories and no missing parts or broken parts or anything. So I'm going to go ahead, get my trusty box cutter, cut the tape over here. I guess I could cut on the bottom. It might be easier to cut at the bottom, but oh well, I've already committed to open at the top, which tears the box a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned about the box not getting I'm not too concerned about the box staying in mint condition. Anyway, all right. So let's open up the bag here. This should have the figure in this bag. And we have the Yellow Ranger, Maya. Figure is intact so far. Noticing a slight discoloration on the gloves. There's kind of a yellowish tint to them, whereas the rest of they're slightly beige instead of pure white. Whereas the rest of the white on her suit is the proper shade of white. So that's a little disappointing, but I guess depending on the lighting, it won't be too noticeable. But let's go ahead and check all the joints. Thigh swivels are just fine, no issues there. Boot swivels, good. Oh, that feels pretty good. It's double jointed knees. Both knees are nice. I'm not getting any concerns here. Nothing feels stressed out. I'm getting just the right amount of resistance. Like, it's not so tight that I feel like I'm going to break something, but it doesn't feel so loose that this figure is going to flop around on me. So that is good. Yeah. Checking all the swivels. Double jointed elbows, good. 360 on the head, which in person, I say that's not a bad likeness of Serena Vincent. I don't know if it's showing up too well on the camera, but I'm looking at the figure in my hand, and I think the paint is slightly off as far as like her exact likeness. It kind of looks like maybe this is what Maya looks like in the morning before she applies the makeup, but I mean it's a really nice looking figure, so no complaints there. Yeah, the figure itself so far so good. So if this other bag has all the accessories that it's supposed to have, I'm gonna have no complaints about this figure other than what I've already ranted about. So we're gonna toss that to the side. Let's get this other bag out of the way. Let's get you standing for a second, Maya. Yeah. Of course, it's a female figure, smaller toes, so not always the easiest to balance. But let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. There we go. So let's go ahead and open up this other bag. And alright, so let me show you guys there. Everything is there. We have the holster version of the Quasar Saber. Has the yellow Galactazord logo on there. Let's see if I can get it to zoom in on that, so it could show up on the camera clear. Having trouble getting it to focus on the saber. For like a half a second it focused on that. Oh well, but it's on there. It looks good. She has the Quasar launcher. Again, should have been the Quasar Saber, but it does extend. Okay, so Okay, that's fine. Has the helmet, which I'll be swapping out in just a second. Looks good to me. I've seen some people say that the helmet's a little more rounded than it should be, but, and it probably is, to be honest, but I'm not that nitpicky, so it looks good to me, but your mileage may vary. I guess, like, some people think the ears on the wolf ears should be more pointed, but works for me. I look at it on the shelf, it looks like it's supposed to me. There's the holding hand and the chopping hand right here. And finally, this effects part, which does have a nice gradient to it. That's pretty cool as far as effects parts go, but as you know, I don't care about effects parts. So everything that I care about is here. So let's go ahead and swap out the head. See, yep, that popped off really easy. No issues there. The plastic on the head was nice and soft, and a little bit of force to here. Yep, the helmet's on there. I was expecting to hear a popping sound, but I didn't get one. That's one. But no, it's on the ball joint, so the helmet's on there good. This is the holster mode of the Quasar saber, so let's go ahead and put it in the holster or the sheath, the scabbard, whatever you want to call it. It's in there. So I'll mess with the, well, I'm not going to have her pose with the Quasar launcher anyway. So if I can't have her pose with their Quasar saber, I guess I'll just keep these morph pose or signature pose hands on instead. Okay. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and pause for a minute. And when I come back, we'll unbox the S.P.D Yellow Ranger. Alright, we're back. And now we're going to open the S.P.D Yellow Ranger. This time I will open from the bottom and get the tape with my trusty box cutter. Alright. Take out the tray. And you know what, I did this out of order. Let's set that aside for a second. Take a look at the accessories that are to be included in this. So as you can see here, we have, or should have, the helmet, the Delta Morpher, the Delta Max Blaster, a both short and elongated version of the Delta Striker, and a effects part. And I forgot to mention this on the Lost Galaxy box, but I do like the new thing where they put the name, the civilian name of the Rangers on here. So we got Elizabeth Z. Delgado. So nice. There's the front. There is the side. Okay, with the artwork there. So no complaints about the design of the box, other than the windowless packaging. The only thing I really don't like about them is just that they're stored like this, just in the bag, not really secure. But they're switching back to a plastic packaging next year, so oh well. No sense complaining about it anymore. But there is the figure herself, Z. My second favorite S.P.D. Ranger next to Doggy Kruger. Let's see, the ankles here. A little stiffer than the Lost Galaxy Yellow Ranger. Let's see, butterfly joint, swivel. Her arms seem a little bit thinner than the Lost Galaxy one. And they're single joint rather than double joint, which I get, because looks like they didn't make a new mold for this figure. They just reused the one for S.P.D. Pink, so that's a older mold. So it doesn't have the double jointed elbows. Does have the double jointed knees. Yeah. A little stiff, but it's popping out all right. I do see some stress marks there, though, so I'm going to be careful going forward. There is some stress marks on the elbow, or not elbow, but the knees already. Let's see, the left thigh is a little tight, but pop that loose. All in all, yeah, I think the Lost Galaxy one felt a little better, but this one, there's no real issues so far with the figure itself. And I think it's a pretty good likeness. It definitely looks like Monica May. So, no complaints there. Maybe a little less makeup than Z had in the show, but yeah, it looks like her. I can look at that and say, yeah, that's Monica May, or that's... So it's one of the better likenesses. It's not perfect, but it's definitely one of the better likenesses. Like, you can tell who it's supposed to be. Right. Now let's take a look at the accessories and see if they're all in there like they should be. So far, I've been batting 1,000 as far as not having any missing accessories in these plastic-free boxes. So, that's part of why I do these unboxing videos. One, just for the fun of it. Two, to get the practice in. But also, if there is a problem, I just want to show you guys in person, but that hasn't happened yet. Okay. Drop the Delta Striker on the floor. Alright. Let's take a look at these accessories. Alright, we got the effects part. Don't care about that. We got the Delta Morpher. So, or the Deca license, if you will. Which I know from figure to figure these haven't been consistent. The Delta Morphers for each Ranger have been slightly different when they should be uniform. That's unfortunate. Consequence of these being released over the years instead of in the same wave. Here's the Delta Max Blaster. Oh, have that upside down. Looks alright. Yep, so that's good. Painted on both sides. Here's the short version of the Delta Striker. There we go. Yep, painted on both sides. Again, looks good. Which I didn't expect any issues with this, because I mean, S.P.D. they all have the same gear, other than Red, who has the Delta blasters. But there's the elongated version of the Delta Striker looks good too, and they do combine. Let's combine it with the yep, and it combines so you can have your Delta Max Striker. So, alright, and now let's take a look at the helmet, which the helmets have been notoriously inconsistent if you're really paying attention to details. This one has the white outline around the visor like it's supposed to, so that's good. I know, I can't remember off the top of my head which one was missing the white outline around the visor. I think it might have been blue. And then I think one of the other figures, the outline was silver instead of white, which that one, not a big issue, because from a distance, I can't really tell the difference between white and silver. You know, at least in such a small space as that outline. There is the logo on the forehead. There's a profile shot. So yeah, all in all, I think the helmet came out really well. Yeah, so I think this might be one of the better helmets in the S.P.D group. But alright, let's try popping the head off here. Yeah, not too much trouble. Okay, now let's try popping the helmet on. A little stiff, but it's on there. Yep, we got good degrees. Alright, and of course we have the alternate hands for your posing. 2. Oh yeah, that's right. So you put these together to make 4, because she's the 4th S.P.D Ranger. So, yeah, paint looks good. Only issue I have here, there's a little bit of a silver splotch right here on the boot cuff that shouldn't be there, but other than that, yeah, figure's fine. Figure is fine. So, all in all, we have another good set. No quality control issues with these two. Well, that makes me happy. Because I like both of these characters and they complete some teams. S.P.D technically, yeah, that started way back in 2019. As far as Hasbro, the Lightning Collection starting the line with the Shadow Ranger back in Wave 1. So it took 4 years to complete S.P.D. 4 years to complete Lost Galaxy as well, because that also started in 2019 if you figure that fan channel 2-pack with the Red Galaxy Ranger and Psycho Red. So 4 years to complete both of these teams, but they are completed. I mean, technically S.P.D is still not complete. Cat Ranger, Nova Ranger, and if you really want to be a completionist, I'm sure they will do it eventually. The Orange Ranger from Boom's Dream Sequence. That seems like it would be a natural for a convention exclusive if they were to do convention exclusives of figures from series other than Mighty Morphin or the comic books. I think that would be a good one to do. But anyway, no issues here. I like them. I'm happy with them. And if you guys have ordered these, I hope yours come out well as too. So come out as good as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and close it out here. We will have another haul video either Wednesday or Thursday, and I'll be doing an unboxing video of a few more Lightning Collection figures that I got today, and possibly one that will be arriving Monday. So I got quite a few Lightning Collection figures coming into the house right now. But guys, I thank you for watching this video to the end. If you liked it, please like it down there below. Feel free to leave comments. I love talking with you guys. Constructive criticism is always welcome. Any thoughts, any questions you might have, feel free to share. So until then, there is a video right there. There's a video right there. You can subscribe right there. Later, and